Hey everybody, it's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. I hope everybody's having an unbelievable week. As for me, man, there's so much going on. This has been a very crazy year. Experienced a lot of loss on a personal level. A lot of challenges and growth pains in the business area, which is a good thing because the business is pushing to grow faster than we can facilitate it. It creates issues, but it's a good thing to have happening versus not having any business. And so it's still crazy to manage, and but that's okay. But what I can tell you is I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be alive. I'm blessed to have an opportunity to touch lives. I'm blessed to have wonderful children. And, you know, as children get older, the dynamics change, and all that's good for me. At the end of the day, my children have access to me, whether they want to use it or not, depending on what they want to hear. All a part of growing up. But the younger ones that are still, you know, just happy to have dad, you know, they're giving me life right now. They are really keeping me going. But what I want to talk to you about, I didn't get a chance to get in on Transformational Tuesday yesterday. I don't think I did. That's just how busy and crazy it is. I know I didn't get in this morning on Wealth Building Wednesday, so I decided on the way to the gym, I had a couple of errands to run. So what I would do is, on my way to my first stop, I would do the whole Wealth Building Wednesday thing, and I'm going to make it short and sweet. But what I want to do is, first of all, let everybody know that if you haven't started teaching your children about wealth, about finances, I created a guide, real simple guide to start this off, to create the foundational basic principles of money management, of financial management, of how you get to the point where wealth building makes sense to you. And that guide is now $10. The link is in the description box. Click the link and get that for your kids. And let's be honest, and I'm not being condescending here, I'm being real. Let's be honest, there are a lot of us who this is going to be new information for, and that's okay. We all start somewhere. We all start somewhere. One of the things that Malcolm X said that was real simple at the time, that I actually really carry as a principle of functionality in my life, is that we got to be careful how we handle people who aren't where we are, because remember, we weren't always here. We didn't always know. And I live my life like that. I don't talk down to people. I talk to people who simply may not be where I'm at, may not have experienced what I've experienced, may not know what I know. But I see unlimited potential in them. And so I treat them as they can be versus where they're at. And so again, it may not just be for your children. It may be the starting point of you changing your life completely in the world of finance. And so with that being said, click the link. If you're really serious about taking the next step, then you want to join the Legacy Wealth Program, which is a 6-month program. And we're going to get off into some deep financial and wealth building principles, practices, accesses, and resources. This is not a partnership with me. I'm not asking you to invest in anything. You can go find the things you want to invest in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the things to look for. I'm going to show you how to understand how to read financial statements, how to pick stocks, how to connect and make a move in real estate. All of these things are so important. The difference between a liability and an asset, understanding how to grow assets, the importance of diversity in assets, and so much more. If you want to learn that and become a part of the Epic Realm community, which is a mastermind community, a mastermind group of some extremely successful people that are former clients of mine. They've worked with me, they've moved on, they've done that, and they've come back to hang out with your boy in order to be resources and support for people who want to grow and move to the next level. That just comes as a part of being in the Legacy Wealth Program, and that's a lifetime membership. Once you're in, as long as you don't break any of the rules of the membership, which is, it's all positive, it's all uplifting, it's all encouraging, it's all instructional. It can be correctional, but we are not here to tear anybody down. We're not here to talk anybody down. We're not here to minimalize or marginalize anybody. We're here to elevate, edify, empower, encourage, inspire. With that being said, look, we're going to the 4 basic principles of wealth building and investing. Number 1, understand what it is you stand to lose. Everybody's looking for what they can gain. I get it. You want to know what you can win. One of the biggest things that hurts people when they gamble is they don't pay attention to what they can lose. They know it's there, but their focus is on what they can win. They're so focused on what they can win, they don't understand the risk they're taking on the loss side. Any investor worth their weight in water, and especially the heavy hitters who have won consistently over time, the Warren Buffetts, the Ray Dalios, the David Swinsons, the Jack Vogels, and on down the line, the way that they have won is they understand this principle. They are more concerned about what they stand to lose than what they stand to gain. And that leads to the next principle, asymmetric risk reward. What is asymmetric risk reward? It is where you're investing disproportionately on the low end compared to what you stand to gain. Well, you hear a bunch of people say, well, you got to invest a lot to get a little, So there's this idea that in order to get $30, I got to invest $100. Well, real heavy hitters aren't looking. They're looking for asymmetric risk reward, meaning that the risk is much lower than the reward. Again, remember, they're concerned about what they stand to lose as much as they are about what they stand to gain. So they're looking for ways, okay, I'm going to invest $10, we'll get 100. And so they're looking for deals like that. So they're not jumping on everything that comes along. They're jumping on the things that, if it hits, it's going to produce massive. And what they do when they diversify, which is another one of the principles, when they diversify, and they are investing across assets. That means even if they lose a few, their knowledge, their experience, and things says that they're going to win more than they lose. Well, when they've got asymmetric reward, the wins on the win side cover the losses and then add. So that's the other thing. Another thing that they're extremely cognizant of is tax liability. What is it going to cost to win money or earn money or improve money? What are the gains taxes in this? What are the capital gains taxes? What am I going to pay for earning this money? I know that. Is there a way to shelter this money? Is there a way to divert taxation and all of this? And they're going to be aware of it. They're going to move on it. They're going to operate within that. And so that's something that you've got to be clean aware. You should know what your investments are going to cost. What is it going to cost in commission? What is it going to cost in taxes? What is it going to cost in transaction fees? All these different things are things that you are going to need to know. Every investment, what is it going to cost me to go in? What is it going to cost me to come out? These are things that you need to know. Finally, diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You've heard it a million times, but you'd be surprised. Somebody said, man, this is hitting, this is winning. And what they do is they jump all in, and it's great as long as the gravy train is running. But eventually things slow down, markets turn, it's always going to happen. And if you're not prepared, or if you haven't jumped into something that has pliability and plasticity, meaning that it'll go south when the market goes south, but it'll always rebound, then you may have problems. The fifth thing that I'm going to throw in is this. Stop overreacting to market movement. If you're going to get into stocks, if you're going to get into property, real estate, anything, stop overreacting. And what I mean by that is people tend to panic when prices drop on things they own that they're holding for the purpose of increasing their wealth. And so what do they do when they panic? They sell. Well, here's the thing, especially in stocks and in property and in any type of hard asset. You haven't really realized the loss that you're experiencing on paper when you're watching these prices drop until you sell. Once you finalize transaction or transference of that property in exchange for cash, you have now realized your loss. You have sold it at its diminished value, and it's no longer yours. What you want to do is invest in assets that can recover. If you do your research, if you understand, you can look at the history of companies and it'll tell you exactly what you need to know in order to determine whether or not it's reasonably conservative. I don't like using the word safe because there's a risk involved in investing. And one of the things that most people get into is investing and not realizing that in order to invest and grow, you're going to be taking some risk. It's a part of the game. But here's the thing. When you look at these things and you start to understand these things, you start to be more aware of what passes in front of you. You can't keep letting opportunities pass you by. You can't keep sitting up thinking, until I'm gonna wait until this happens. No, you've got to make some moves. You are going to have to take some action. It's that simple. That's just the way it is. I am going to go ahead and get off of here. I'm about to come up on my first stop. But you guys, thank you for sharing with me. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to get this up. So by the time I get this up, it's definitely going to be later in the day than what it is now. It's midday now. It'll probably be 4 o'clock or so before I get this up. But hey, I'm going to get it up. With that being said, look, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable remainder of your day. Don't forget, go to the description box. Everybody should be getting the $10 guide for financial literacy because it's somebody you know that needs it. Everybody should be getting that. Those of you who are serious about changing your life and seeing some results in the next year, you need to sign up and register for Legacy Wealth. And there are some other links in there you can get. If you want to work with me one-on-one, there's an opportunity to do that as well. But I'm going to get off here, you guys. Thank you for stopping in. I am about to make a move. You have a